Well, this is a great year to want a quarterback or need a quarterback in the NFL draft because, according to you, there are great ones at the top, the top two here.
Yep.
And then you have tier 3 as we go into. You have 3 quarterbacks in tier 3.
Yeah.
And you have labeled this tier franchise starting quarterbacks.
Yes, I have.
Some years, it's like after you get past the top 1, it's like no more franchise starting quarterbacks. This year, you believe there are 5 in the NFL franchise starting quarterbacks, 3 of them in tier number 3.
Yep.
Let's start with your number 3 quarterback of 2024. That is...
And I'm going to be clear. This is close here, 3, 4, and 5. And that's why they're all in the tier. I just want to make sure that's clarified here. I do. Right? But number 3 is... Go ahead, delete it up for me again since I
Your
ruined
number
that
3 quarterback of the 2024 NFL draft class is...
Bo Nix, Oregon, right? Bo Nix, I think, was maybe one of the most pleasant surprises of this process, right? You know, I, of course, saw Oregon on TV and did all of that. I get that, right? But I think where I love Bo Nix is, 1, I love his overall body and look, right? He's got a great NFL body. He's got a little structure and muscle on him. He's a really awesome athlete, right? I mean, he is a really good runner, right? I mean, really good, right? He plays quarterback in a lot of ways like an NFL quarterback. His ability to read the field, okay, make quick decisions, throw the appropriate ball, right? Knows when, okay, maybe I need to throw a laser here. Ooh, wait, this guy's going to undercut it. Let me touch it over his head and drop it in the bucket. Can do all of that, right? His backyard playmaking ability, I think, is elite. I do. I think it's elite. When he gets out of the pocket, right, I think on the run, only Caleb Williams is better throwing the ball on the run than Bo Nix. Bo Nix has got a sneaky, strong arm. He's not getting credit for his arm power because they throw too many screens at Oregon. So that's being used against him. He doesn't call the plays, everybody. He just executes them. Don't forget that. Let's not evaluate him for the plays they're calling, right? They play a style that it's basically screens or bomb. Screen, bomb. Screen, bomb. It's a pretty good formula when you got Oregon's type of talent. They got these jitterbug receivers who can make people miss. Hey, Bo Nix can get the ball out of his hand quick. He can throw it, accurately on the quick, short, intermediate throws, all that. He's, bullseye thrower. His mechanics are really flawless. I think as a pure thrower, his mechanics in a clean pocket, they rival Caleb Williams as far as the things you do the right way. His body's front shoulder turn, balance on his feet is pretty perfect all of the time, right? So that's where I love Bo Nix. Let me just say this too. Sean Payton is going to draft Bo Nix if he's there at number 13. I'm just going to throw that out there. I sat there and watched it and went, oh my gosh, Sean Payton's going to love Bo Nix. He's going to love him. He might have to trade up to get him. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be there at 13. But Bo Nix has it all, right? His only negative is going to be a little bit of, all right, he's older, okay, sure, right? I get that. But, when I look at it overall, quick, tight motion, like I told you, really good athlete, controls the ball really well. I wish at times, right, here's one of the negatives, I wish he would use his legs and his body to throw the ball a little bit more. There's a throw every now and then I go, give it the little, give it some elbow grease, you know what I mean? Throw the 100-mile-per-hour fastball. But he's got a strong arm, and he's a good athlete to where he gets away with it a lot with maybe not stepping into the throw all the way. But he makes so many great throws with he can't step into a throw. People are around him. Oh, wait, the guy's open right now. We don't have time to step or gather ourselves. You just got to get it out. He does that stuff at a high level. And, of course, that's NFL level type of stuff. Let alone he can throw the ball down the football field, right? So you look at all of that, decision-making, accuracy, right? All really good. Wait, is there a play to be had down the field? Okay, he can hit that. And then, oh, wait, even if I am Sean Payton or whatever, there's going to be a few plays. Nobody's open. I called the wrong play. What are you going to do after that? He can go run, right? Not like Jaden Daniels, close to Caleb Williams as far as running, right? But then scrambling and doing that type of stuff, backyard, I'm going to scramble and find somewhere to throw. I think Caleb Williams is the only guy in the draft that was better than Bo Nix in that department.
So the 77%, wasn't that his completion percentage at Oregon this past year?
Yes,
I mean, take that with a grain of salt because,
There's
as you
of,
mentioned, his heat map here is a lot at or behind the line of scrimmage, and FBS low 11% of his passes went 20 or more yards downfield. It did happen, but as you can see, a lot of the screens, it's almost like the Tua offense in Miami.
A lot of that. It is a lot like that. But I'll say, unlike Tua, I have less questions about this guy throwing the ball down the football field. I see some big-time, high-level down-the-field throws from Bo Nix. And I just go, oh, if he was just an offense that delivered a few more of these plays for him, right, he would even be that much sexier to watch, right? But yeah, that's going to be used against him, especially in the scouting community and all that. And that's where when teams have him in maybe for a personal workout or whatever else, that's where they're going to dictate and go, well, he certainly doesn't have any problem throwing this throw, that throw, this throw, that throw. And, of course, he really knows how to play the position. Coach's son, whatever. He's coached up, and then Oregon did a great job of coaching him up too, to where he does all the little things, right? Like Caleb Williams. See, this is where he had this maybe over even a Jaden Daniels, right? Like Caleb Williams. Okay, I got to throw the laser. I could throw the laser. Oh wait, there's a guy coming over the middle, right? I got a guy kind of in my face. I got to throw it sidearm, and I can't throw it hard because he's kind of close. So I got to find that way to sidearm it, touch it, and still throw a good ball. Like Bo Nix can do all of that stuff. Oh, wait, somebody's in my face, right? There's a guy coming open over the middle. I'm kind of fading away. Oh, damn, I got to drop my arm and kind of put it in a spot and then just let the guy run to it and get it. He can do all of that too. That's where I found him to be extremely, extremely impressive.
Melkor23 is with you. He feels good about this evaluation. He goes, I've been high on Bo Nix for over 2 years. I've always thought that maybe I was just wrong, but I've stuck by my guns because so many people give me flack. You're one of the first to see it the way I do. Why does he get so disrespected? Especially his arm throws a beautiful deep ball.
He does.
Like you mentioned too, though, there are times where he doesn't throw it as hard as you would like. You said it even at the combine in his workout. And is this one of those situations where the 77% accuracy that's in his head so much, he's like,
I
that's
think so.
who I am?
I think so.
You just got to let it go.
I'm so glad you made that point, because I do think that plays into it a little. Let me just get the completion. I'm accurate. That's where when he gets to the NFL, and we've seen this with other quarterbacks too, right? I always bring this up with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's arm strength was a question coming out at a college. Do you believe that? It was a question. It's kind of funny to say it now, but they were really good. He never really had to put the oomph on it, right? He kind of just could always go, let me just throw it 85% and be smooth. Boom, on the target, right? But like once or twice a game, you'd see a throw where you'd go, ooh, he let it loose right there. Damn, he can throw lasers. Okay, right? And that's Bo Nix. I saw enough to know he can do it. I saw enough Bo Nix on the opposite hash throwing across to the opposite sideline, which is a far throw in college football, and going, there's a 12-yard out. There's a 15-yard comeback. He does it easy, right? He didn't really step into this one, and he still made it easy into tight coverage, right? So, yes, that's an area, again, like we talked about with Jaden Daniels a little bit. It's nitpicky, but he definitely needs to get a little bit better in that area of stepping into the throw, letting it go. And that's where I was mad at the combine, because everyone knows you can be accurate and throw. Like, just come out and answer shut the haters up. Throw a few lasers and just let it go to everybody like, whoa, okay, his arm is plenty strong. And that's where I thought he dropped the ball in that department a little bit.
The age debate.
Yeah.
The experience debate. We had this a little bit on Monday.
Right.
Older prospect. What is he? Is he 24?
24,
Yeah, 24.
I believe, right.
He is the most experienced quarterback, played at Auburn, then now played 2 years at Oregon. People, I think the age thing comes up because they're like, okay, he is who he is now. He's not going to get any better. 24, we basically see the finished product right here. And so that's the knock on the guys who are older. You made the point on Monday. You don't really look at age. You look at production on the field. You're definitely looking at film for this exercise. Right. Age doesn't concern you.
No, I think the age thing is overblown. I do.
Is it even a positive in your mind?
I mean, in a lot of ways it is. It's like, okay, he's mature. I was dumber at 21 than I was at 24. Yeah. I mean, I did dumb shit off the field. I probably wasn't as focused, right, as the way I needed to be. I was a different guy. Oh, 24, 25, right? Oh, I don't care about doing that anymore on a Friday night. I'm going to sit home and watch film, or, I'm going to go throw at the field and then just take it easy at home then. Like, you change.
He's a married man. He
plays a mature style of football. And, like, I'm also sick of that. Like, well, he's already maximized. Like, well, what the hell are you talking about? I saw Tom Brady be barely above average in 2011, 12, and 13, right? And he like tweaked his game, and all of a sudden it was like, holy shit, at the end of 2014, who the fuck is this guy? He's throwing lasers again, right? I mean, they drafted Jimmy Garoppolo because they were like, he's not throwing the ball very well. I don't know what's wrong with Tom. So, like, to think people can't get better still, I don't understand that. Let alone, like, I don't know, we're all of a sudden we've got into, like, we're forecasting for 15 years down the road. 15 years from now, he'll be 39. Like, when does that, like, the NFL is a bunch of 3-year contracts. Let's just worry about the next 3 or 4 years. We'll go from there. He's ready right now. He's got super talent. He's super talented. He does a lot of NFL-style stuff that translates to the NFL. That's why I like it. He's an exceptional athlete. Other than Caleb Williams, he has the second fastest release in the draft as far as getting the ball out of his hands. And I think that's another reason they throw screens. Hey, he's good at it. He can get it over there accurately, and these guys can run, right? Let alone he is pinpoint accurate on short to intermediate throws, which, again, is big. And we're going to get to a guy here in a few minutes where, like, that's not even a part of his game sometimes. And it's something I wonder how good he can do it a little bit. But, I really liked it. And, I mean, receivers never really break stride, right? That's the other thing, too. On some of these 5- and 10-yard throws, you go, damn, they always hit it full speed and maximize their yak because of that. And like I told you, the backyard stuff, to me, is not a ton of it. But when he does it, my eyes popped out a bunch of times where I went, ooh, I didn't know that was in his game, right? Ooh, I didn't know, wow, that throw right there. Like, there was definitely some of that. Thoroughly impressed by Bo Nix.
Yeah, there were so many good deep throws, or not so many, but when he did it, it was so good that Troy Franklin, I was looking at wide receivers a little bit. I was planning ahead.
Right.
But you look at him, and you're like, man, it's just like he has such a good connection with Bo Nix. Bo Nix is putting it right there. I don't know how much of this is Troy Franklin and how much of this is Bo Nix, right? It's like hard to separate.
It's a little bit of both.
It almost made it too easy on Troy Franklin. It was like it was too good.
He does. He has some of that. On the other side, to your point and what you said too before, I think he was a little too into the accuracy at sometimes, where he'd throw away maybe Franklin be open down the field, and I'd be like, yeah, don't just, he's trying to be, I'm going to touch it perfectly, and it's going to drop right in his pocket, where I just want to go like, throw that fucker high and far and just let him go run under. Rip that thing down the field, and he'll go get it, right? There's a few of that, but I saw enough to go, he can do that, and he can do it easy and at a high level, right? Big-time playmaking ability, great feel in the pocket, and really knows how to play quarterback. And I don't think there's going to be a ton of adjustment for him in the NFL as far as NFL life is concerned and learning offenses and making those throws.
One last thing on him, and it comes from Scary Moose. He says, Ducks fan here. What happened to Bo Nix in the Pac-12 championship, though? Did he choke or did the coaches fail him? I hope the best for him, but that loss really soured me on Bo.
I hear you. I don't know. I didn't watch that game on film, all right? I didn't watch that specific game. And maybe I'll go back and watch it again. I know I watched it on TV that day. I didn't feel like
he had 3 touchdowns.
I don't feel like watching it back, going like, or just in my head when I think about that Friday night. I don't remember thinking like, oh man, Bo Nix missed a lot of plays or throws.
Yeah.
But again, I can't speak to that game specifically. I'm sorry about that. Right. I watched the first matchup, right, where he made a lot of throws. And it was a little drizzly and raining in Washington. And, man, he had no problem controlling the ball and making some big throws in that one right there. So, again, big fan of Bo Nix. I really am. But this Tier 3, I like them all, and it's close.
Projected late round 1, early round 2 pick in mock drafts right now.
That'll go up.
The Chris Simms bump is what they call it after this podcast is released.
Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the off season, but it's never the off season on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. We got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.